Hello, hello. Welcome to I Got My Miracle. I'm super excited today to share uh, the miracle this week at Rythmia. Each week at Rythmia Life Advancement Center, we select one or two individuals who kind of represent the field of miracle, what a miracle is at Rythmia. And this week, oh my God, Ta and Dorothy, we had an amazing week together and getting to meet these beautiful women and souls. I couldn't think of having two better people to represent the field of miracle. And then we're calling it Africa Edition because we got South Africa and Ghana
Yes.
representing, right? So without further ado, Dorothy and Ta, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's so great to have you here.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
I had such a great week with you both. I want to ask you, like, I'll start with you, Dorothy. Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, what brought you here.
Okay, so my name is Dorothy. I have been in I have been doing coaching for spiritual coaching and also for personal coaching as well since 2018. So I've had my coaches come to Rythmia and they've said all the beautiful things as well. So um, when I got to the point whereby I knew I'm spiritually ready to come to this process, then I had a call to come. So yes, just
So
came.
you've been coaching people, or you've been in coaching?
I have been coached by people
Okay, since
Yes.
2018.
since 2018. Oh, let's say 18, 2020.
2020.
Correct. Yes.
And what do you do in life?
I'm a nurse.
And
Mhm.
in like what are you, a ER nurse or a
Surgical nurse
okay, so you're
Mhm.
like in the OR.
in the OR.
Wow.
And we do perio, PACU, yeah, recovery.
Okay,
things
so
like
not
that.
only is it Africa edition, but it's medical edition because Ta. Now, your nickname or shortened name is Ta.
Yes.
I'm not going to even try and pronounce the full name. Will you give us your full name?
I'd love to. Thank you so much, John, first of all. My name is Sita Chisiwe.
Si Ta Shisiwe.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And it's the Sindebele language. It means we've been made happy. It's actually a sentence. We can shorten it to say it means rejoice.
We've been made happy.
Yes, the whole family.
And the language is
Sindebele.
Sindebele, which
Yes,
is the language
Zulu.
the Zulu.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so and what do you do in life?
Oh, I work as a director for physician quality improvement in an organization that has 12 hospitals. It's located in the Fraser Health region, British Columbia, Vancouver mainland specifically. And so this program aims to improve the healthcare system through supporting physicians to learn how to improve it, and then they can go out and improve patient care.
So you're both in healthcare. You're in
Yes.
process improvement, and you're in the OR, and you're both powerful women. And right now you're speaking so softly. I'm like, what is up? Come on, ladies. Because
We'll
you're
wrap
like,
it
I'm
up.
this. I'm like, you are some badass ladies.
Yes.
Okay, I've seen you this week, and I know it. So come on.
All right.
So all right. So you're in coaching. What called you to come to Rythmia?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Okay.
I've been married for 22 years and going through a divorce. It's going to be final this August. I'm excited. Had challenges in the marriage, but I must say I also had challenges growing up. There's a saying that says, when the student is ready, the master appears. Why I say that is Rhythmia appeared for me because I was hungry and looking for healing. So what brought me is all the challenges in my marriage, the struggles in my upbringing that I needed to deal with and heal. It's a loaded question, but I'll
No.
stop there and let
No,
you try.
yes. Beautiful. So there was something in you. Now, how did you hear about Rythmia?
Rhythmia kept popping up on my laptop. I would be searching for something in the evening after work, spiritual healing, Rhythmia would just pop up. And then I'd be like, ah. And then one time I saw Dr. Mike Beckwith, and I often listened to his sermons, and I had a dream that one day I'll go to his church. I've never been. And then he spoke about it. I'm like, wait a minute, this guy has a great reputation. Let me do this. And then one night I couldn't sleep until I signed up.
Wow.
So I'm like, I'm just going to do it so it could stop popping up.
And speaking of, British Columbia, you just got to do a direct flight down to LA.
That's true. I could even drive.
You could even drive. It'd be a
I'm
cool
right at the
drive.
Washington border.
It'd be a long drive, but go to Agape for
Oh,
sure. Okay, so you're both in healthcare, and you're both and you had shared a little bit about before I get there. I was gonna jump to something else. So, Dorothy, so you come to Rythmia. Were you worried, scared about your first ceremony?
I was, because I didn't know what to expect.
Mhm.
But then the teaching was really helpful because I learned what to do and when to stop eating, when to eat, and all the teachings was really helpful. Yeah, and I made sure I attend most of the teachings that I was supposed to. And even sometimes when I have a question, and I'll just think about the teaching, and I have my answers already. And even some of Meg's teachings was really, really good as well. She talked about the yawning. She talked about all the things that she talked about. And if I experience it, I'm like, okay, that's what she's talking about. Then I relax because I know that somebody has been through it and they know. So I didn't feel scared, even though the teaching really helped me. I think that's what got me through it.
No.
Yeah.
And what for you was your miracle?
Oh, yes. I think my biggest miracle was when I got my body healed, the surgery. When I was coming, I don't know what happened from January till March.
Uh-huh.
I started having all these things on my skin. It's like rashes on my skin. It was really bad. And I was sensitive to even what people talked about. If people say bad words, then it's just my skin was just attracting this negative stuff, and it was uncomfortable. I was itching all over my
And this
chest.
is starting in January.
It started in January, and I did lotions. Like I thought maybe this lotion is not working. Let me try sensitive ones, and it was still not working. So when I went through show me what I have become, and I was able to merge with my soul, then I did the healing, and I just laid down, and I knew something was being done on me, but then I knew I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just laid down and just experience it and just say thank you. I just said I was very grateful. And when everything was done the first time, I felt better. The next day I wasn't itching anymore.
Wow.
And I got another one the second day. I got one on Tuesday. So the Tuesday one was very intensive. It's like my whole body it was like a rebirth. I lost all my body and I got a new body, which was really good. And on Wednesday, I got another one as well for my whole body.
So these are what we call sacred surgeries.
It was a surgery, and it was so beautiful. I remember the first day, I was just laying down, and I could hear people, "Oh, you're free!" I heard somebody said, "I'm free." I'm like, "Thank you." I needed to be free so badly, and it's like, "Dorothy, are you okay?" And I said, "I'm okay." I didn't respond, but then in my mind, I'm like, "Yes, I'm doing well." And I felt like even though I was laying down and going through the surgery, I wasn't by myself. I had a whole team around me. I couldn't see, but I felt a team around me. And now I don't itch anymore. Before I'll be like,
really?
yes.
So the itching is gone.
Itching is gone. I don't have
The
any more
rash?
itching. The rash is also gone. And I look at my skin, like I had all these points over here, and now I don't see it anymore.
Amazing.
My chest.
Okay, this is a OR nurse. Okay? This isn't like, somebody, this is an actual person who knows about surgeries saying, I had a surgery, a celestial surgery.
It was.
And there's a physical healing.
Yes.
Okay, so part of our teaching is that from this split, when we split from ourselves out of protection, that all disease, all addiction, all psychological issues come from this split. And you said, after I merged, that's when I had the surgery, which in my understanding, you can't have surgery until you've merged.
Correct.
Right? You have to feel whole in yourself so that then you can heal yourself. You can't heal yourself if you feel broken. And so what was it that healed in you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, so that you could heal physically?
I think I had already done a lot of healing before I got here. Very important. And when I got here, the teaching and everything had already was everything that I had been through. So I just accepted it. But then I think the only way that I got my soul to merge with me is to acknowledge everything that I've done wasn't right. And my soul, I said, okay, we've forgiven you. And then my soul was able to merge with me. Then I was able to go to the next stage.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Very powerful. So all the work that you did before set the stage so that you could then actually acknowledge the times that you left your soul, the times that you weren't true to your soul, to yourself, then you abandoned yourself.
I did.
Which we had talked a little bit about on the way over. You were the perfect girl, the perfect child,
Yes.
pastor's daughter,
That's true.
and there was a moment in your life where you said you took your power back.
I did.
And then this was an extension of that healing, where you actually could now accept yourself for the powerful, badass mama that you are. Okay.
That's true.
Beautiful. And you're just radiant. Love
Thank you
so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So now, Sister Talk.
Okay. Okay.
Tell us a little bit so finally you said I had to sign up. I couldn't sleep until I signed up. So you signed up, you got here.
Yes.
What would you like to tell us about this week? You shared so powerfully today in closing group. I'm just going to let you share whatever part or how you want to share that or what you want to share of that. Is that okay?
It's absolutely okay. I want to say to Dorothy, I was witness to her itching. I observed Dorothy itch when we're lining up for lunch and dinner. Even if a bug passed by, she would itch.
Jump. Yes.
She would jump.
It was the jumping into my skin.
This
That's
is
how
a
I
miracle.
felt.
I have goosebumps just hearing you say you have an itch. And I noticed since we've been sitting, she hasn't itched.
I haven't.
Wow, rythmia.
Right?
Wow.
Wow, Mother Ayahuasca.
Wow.
Wow, rythmia. Wow, Dorothy.
Wow, Dorothy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and your
I never
skin is
said
just
it.
flawless.
I
It's
know.
beautiful.
Wow.
And it feels good. It's like somebody's finding me. I don't feel that anymore.
Yeah,
So,
a story is one thing, but if you had I witnessed it and I didn't know that was part of the reason.
Yeah.
But you saying it now, I'm like, wait a minute.
Wow.
Oh,
So
wait
amazing.
a minute.
So amazing.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Thank you for taking that moment because you are such a sweet soul.
Yeah.
And I wanted to honor and acknowledge you and yet there was this, okay, now I got to move on to the next question because we're doing an interview. So thank you for going, oh, that's your question, John. But wait, I want to take another minute and acknowledge Dorothy.
Yeah.
And that you witnessed it.
Yes.
Right? Amazing. So I wanted to hear a little bit about your story. You said you're getting divorced, and that was part of your reason for wanting to come to Rythmia. But you have a powerful story of your childhood and growing up you grew up in apartheid.
Yeah, Zimbabwe. Yes.
Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Okay. So
All right.
please tell us.
Okay, I'll start from the beginning for context. Born in Zimbabwe and raised by my grandparents on my father's side. My father wasn't a great son, good man, but he struggled with violence and fighting, so he wasn't stable. My mother, on the other hand, was an alcoholic, so they couldn't marry because two of them together, even though they made a beautiful child.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm grateful they came together and made me. They were not ready to parent. For the longest time, I resented not knowing my mother. In fact, I grew up thinking my grandparents were my parents. Let me start there. And even though I called them, Gogo means grandma and Kulo means grandfather, It hadn't clicked that they were not my siblings until one day my dad came home and he was upset with me. So I said, "You don't get to yell at me. You're just my big brother." And time seemed to stop. He goes, "What?" I said, "You're just my big brother. You're the eldest. I'm the little one." He's like, "No, I'm your father." I was like, "What?" So then a family gathering had to happen to explain to me that I should respect him not as a brother, but as a father.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started to ask, then where's my mother? If he's not my brother, where's my mother? I was 13 at that time.
Wow.
In the Zulu culture, a lot of secrets are kept in my culture. Adults keep a lot of secrets. Some are detrimental because you grow up not knowing even your family medical history. I couldn't tell you. It's a secret. So when that gathering happened and I started to ask, they then shared that they had paid dowry, paid money to my mother's family to raise me from the time I was 12 months. That's why I didn't know who my mother was until that very moment. So then that started a hole in my heart that was I not enough for my mother to keep me?
Of course.
Not that my grandparents didn't do a good job. I just got curious because everybody at school had a mother who packed their sandwich. Mine was packed by my grandma. John, I was knitting in grade 2. I could knit, I could bake, I could crochet. My friends in elementary school were playing with mud and pretend house, and that annoyed me. I was mature. Being raised by a grandparent, you learn to be a mother fast.
Yes.
So you skip the dolls. I didn't play with dolls. I was cooking, crocheting, knitting, taking care of goats and cows. I was running the farm. So you could call that my opening to a split when my father told me he was my father.
Right.
Fast forward, he gets married. And then in between that, he actually gets really upset that I did not see him as a parent. I saw him as a brother. In fact, I called him by name. I never called him dad before that day.
Mm.
It was Sid. His name was Sydney. We won't say the last name, but we'll keep it. So
we'll keep it a secret.
So he gets married, and in the culture at the home at that time, his new wife was coming in for me to say, for me to get to know, okay, this is, they were honest though, this is your stepmother, not your biological mother. So I remember the day, and during the time they were dating, I knew her, she was lovely. But on that wedding day, things shifted. She gave me a bath, which was something my grandparents requested. Give her a bath because you have a daughter now. She was very upset by that responsibility. So I'm in the tub and I'm waiting. My new mother's going to give me a bath. In the African culture, instead, we used rock as a scrub, like for you under your feet. She used the same rock that you use to scrub under your feet. Just
like a pumice stone.
Yeah. Just like you go to the spa and they scrub your feet. In Zimbabwe, we use a rock. She used the rock on my back. Until this day, I have scars on my back and I bled. And she said, from this day on, you wash yourself. I won't do this again. Then she noticed I was bleeding. She said, don't you ever tell anybody this happened. So I kept it a secret. My body naturally doesn't heal fast, and I bruise easy. So what happens? When I'm going to school, I have blood on my uniform. All my clothes are bloody. Then the questions come. My grandma's like, what's going on? I said, nothing. She said, don't you dare lie to me. Right?
Grandma knows.
Grandma's like, don't you dare. Show me. So I showed. She goes, what happened? I said, nothing. Don't you dare lie to me. So I told the truth. I was in the tub. This is what happened. My grandfather was livid. He was the lawmaker in the house. He was the provider, as a war vet, strong man. And he was livid by the incident. I didn't know this incident would turn out to be a big family meeting. Waited till I went to bed. My stepmom, my dad, all the siblings were called into the house to set order because grandfather was going to set order that Taz's baby, nobody comes in and hurts her. He always would say he has the right to hurt me, no one else, which he never
He
did.
never did.
But
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
saying, the line stops here. Thou shalt not cross it. So then things continued to get worse. My father always believed that I had a better upbringing than he did. His parents were lenient on me. I had freedom that he didn't have. Never understood that. Over time, he realized that because my grandparents loved me so much, he could use me as a lever to get to them. Because he was what you would call gangster type of guy. Had killed a few people, one even in my presence. At night, police came, he had bloodied a man. Now that man had tried to break in, but instead of fighting him, he fought him and killed him.
Mm.
The man had just stolen clothes, but he was killed for stealing clothes. So that's how violent my father was. Also very loving, a DJ, loved by everybody, well connected. Yeah, all those things. But he had a dark side. Also had a good side, but he also had a dark side that would overpower his goodness.
And so so you're kind of sharing this, but then bringing this up like the the stress and violence between your new
Yes.
stepmother and then your father, and jealousy of your father for the way you were raised and your grandparents raising you, and this like growing up in
Yes.
this way. And so um, you then, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No.
but there, you kind of started to tell a little bit about how this affected you.
Yes. Thank you for helping me clarify. So this upbringing left in me a feeling of unsafety. This whole thing created a sense of not being safe. I became hyper vigilant to my environment to sense for, what's the word? To sense for risk.
Sure.
And I discovered that if I'm quiet and I'm invisible, there's safety. Keep everybody happy just so you can have a home and security and have your tuition paid. Until a volcano erupts, then you're removed, but you find safety there and then you come back. So it created a sense in me where I do things for people with the expectation of loyalty and safety. So I ended up not being sure truly who I was. I was hypervigilant to sense for danger and not say what I want or feel
Right.
or what I needed. So I lost my voice.
Yes. Just to make yourself whatever's needed in order to be safe. If I can mold
Yes.
myself
Yes.
to take care of someone else or to fit into other people's needs or to be
Yes.
quiet just for my safety.
Absolutely. That
And-
was my driving force. So at 19, I met this man who sees me, first man I ever met, first boyfriend. And he tells me I'm beautiful. I'm like, what? I am? Yeah. And when he meets me, he knows my family has made arrangements for me to go to the United States for school. Back then, I thought, he loves me. Little did I know he probably saw it as an opportunity to leave Africa and go to America too. So I dated him just for 6 months before heading off to my aunt, who's my father's sister in Michigan, for school. But I'm still that broken person inside. And something I didn't realize until this week in Rythmia is that all that time, I built up anger and resentment. But it was all bottled up in here, all
Right.
packaged with a bow on it. And then, of course, I had to run because I didn't leave saying goodbye home. My father was upset. He took my passport, burned it.
Wow.
When he heard I was going to his sister in America, he felt that it's a reflection that he failed raising his daughter. He was going to find a way to send me to a developed country for school. Why would his siblings help? So he'd be upset his brother helped. So I had to get a new passport and actually flee the country without him knowing for this new life.
Wow. And your husband followed, or it wasn't your
He
husband at
followed
that time?
2 years later. Boyfriend, husband, we got married in Michigan. So I helped him come. And I left my aunt's house, got an apartment. I just completed a 2-year diploma. We started a family, got married. And I thought, it's going to be beautiful. I don't need to run. I'm an adult. Yeah, I'm whole.
So what did you see this week? What was the all of that? Such a powerful story. What was the shift for you in seeing who you've become and merging with your soul?
A lot of things for me, and I'm going to fight tears saying this.
No worries.
Number one was seeing that all the pain, now there was a lot of pain, but there was also a lot of good, it just that the darkness overshadows the good times. All that pain, I used to always say, why me?
Mm.
I had to lose that why me question. And I had to believe this week being here that there was a function and a purpose. And I strongly believe it was meant to wake me up. To not why me, to I belong here. Because I often believe maybe I should not have been born. It would have been easy for my father, my grandparents, my stepmom. That's the conclusion I've drawn when I left Africa.
I thought there was some Kleenex. I'm sorry, love.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You said something. You said issues are stored in your tissues, so the tissues right.
Yes.
It's okay.
You know, I love this. There's a famous Black American writer. Her name is Zora Neale Hurston. She was
Okay.
the Harlem Renaissance.
Oh.
So, you know, to be a Black woman in the 20s was kind of challenging here.
I can
Yes.
imagine.
But she said, wherever I go, I belong
Mhm.
because I'm there.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Like, bam.
Come on, brother.
That's why, and when you said, like, I belong, right? And it's like, I thought this whole life about I didn't belong. And I'm you know, Dorothy, you have such a powerful story too. And I want to bring you into this because you shared, you know, growing up a pastor's daughter, you kind of gave your power, your decision making over to authority, to your dad, to your parents,
Yeah.
and really were just a good girl and lost yourself too.
You did.
And so there's both a sense of losing your voice, losing your sense of identity,
Mhm.
and very strongly and powerfully reclaiming it and knowing that you belong because we're here.
Yes.
Ta, so first this idea of shifting from why me to I belong.
Yes.
I deserve to
Yes.
be here
Yes.
because I'm here.
Yes. And what made me keep that I shouldn't have been born, I don't belong, was the one incident my father loaded a rifle after my grandfather had passed. And he threatened to shoot his mother, who was my grandmother. That if I don't leave and come with him prior to moving to the United States, because he had got wind they were planning for me to go to school, he would shoot and kill his mother. I knew with every fiber of my being that my father doesn't make empty promises because he had murdered a man. So I knew he's not playing games.
Mm-hmm.
I ran away from home and packed my bags so fast that I would come with you. So that feeling of I should never have been born was solidified in me at the age of 19. That truly, had I not been born, There was no way he would have loaded a gun, loaded it with bullets, and often threatened to pull the trigger, which he could have. I believe that. Now, I don't know if it was true for him, but at that moment,
You believed it.
I believed it.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, fast forward, the marriage is tough. We moved to Canada, go to school in Michigan, we get married, move to Canada. The marriage is tough. My husband cheats and lies. It just didn't work. I kept giving, supporting to go to school, one degree after the other, up to 2 PhDs he earned. I worked 2, 3 jobs, had miscarriages, just trying to keep the family together. Because for me, this one's going to be my family. No one was going to take it away from me. And I would always be safe if I had him and the kids. So if I kept him happy, I would belong.
Does that sound familiar to you too, Dorothy? Me too.
And that's what I had to do before I claimed my power. And I said no more, because it got to the point whereby instead of me, I was helping everybody using all my strength and everything. And when I wasn't able to do it and I called for help, nobody was able to do it. So I decided to hold some power, that way I can be strong to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's when he said, "Oh no, you're not the girl I married. If you want to claim your power, then yeah, I'm gone." So he packed his. I thought it was a lie when he was doing it. I just watched him pack his clothes and everything, and he left. I'm like, okay, I'll get married to God now. Yeah. So yeah, and I've been okay.
And then you realized that was the best thing that happened.
It was the best thing that's happened.
You did me a big favor.
I'm telling you, I had a lot of questions though, because I was the narcissistic energy. I was like, is it my fault? What did I do? What did I do
Sure.
wrong? What did I do? And at a point, I had to just realize, okay, I'm just gonna take my power and just do what I can and just move on. So, yeah.
Such powerful stories. I want to just finish. Ta, so you saw at Rythmia this week. What was the summation of this powerful story that you were sharing with us? What did you claim back this week? What are you leaving here with at the end of the week?
To summarize my week, first I want to say thank you for this whole program.
That's amazing.
Because I don't think it's one thing. I think it's the way it is packaged.
Yes.
I think it's every soul in this facility, the groundsmen who cut the grass, the people who served us good food, the teachers, the founder, the board, every little thing, the yoga, the breath work, everything, the setup, the moon shining on us the first day we were here. It was a full moon. It was beautiful. It was, to me, divine orchestration. It was here. So it wasn't one thing for me. It all was building up to a crescendo. I had a knowing that everything that happened to me was for my good. I had a knowing.
Yeah.
I had a knowing that if I truly wanted to be set free, I have to give myself permission to surrender.
Yes.
I also had to forgive every individual that I mentioned and didn't mention, even my biological mother. They all came to me in a vision, and like during the medicine ceremony, they'd just pop up in my, and each time I would smile and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And I would felt them smile. I forget my father, my stepmother, everything, everybody. There's that first, remind me of the first question.
Show me who I've become.
Show me who I've become. That was my answer, to show me who I've become. Even my husband. Show me. I'd realized I had been bitter. At one point, one of the affairs led him to get fired, so we had to move from one province to the other. I'm so sorry and I'm ashamed to say this, but I did it. I hit him so hard. I was angry. I shouldn't have hit him. The anger in me led to me losing hair. This is a wig. I'm going to say it. I'm going to tell the truth. This is a wig. I struggle with insomnia. My hair falls out for years. I've been living in this prison of why me. It ate physically. It ate me. Yet I was the one imprisoning myself. That's what came this week. I'm responsible, not the people.
What happened was wrong.
Yes.
But the identity,
Yeah.
right? We identify as victim.
Yes.
That's not who you are.
Yes.
And that when we say, we imprisoned ourselves, it's like that piece. We get imprisoned in the story. And it sounds like you were able to free yourself. You were able to free yourself of the story this week. And the work that you've done, right? All of it matters. All of it coming up to this moment. And so powerful. So powerful. Thank you.
Thank you for teaching about the split.
Yeah, the teaching.
That's why I mentioned that everything they taught us, it's almost like you guys were going in our bodies and souls. You were opening boxes and then walking away.
Yeah.
I kid you not. John Jacob, your class about the split, how you come in as whole and you experience something that develops a feeling and then it becomes who you are. You identify with it and you keep it. You were opening a box and then walk away, and then another teacher would teach a different concept, open a box and walk. Because I am the answer to whatever I'm facing.
That's Reverend Michael right there. Wow. We could go on. I feel like now I understand why Joe Rogan does like 3-hour podcast, because I'm like, we could keep going, but we gotta say goodbye for a minute. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your powerful testimony. Thank you for your powerful testimony, for what you've done this week, and for saying yes to this interview.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful to have spent this time with you, and for your willingness to share from your hearts what you experienced this week. And I'm grateful and thankful. Is there anything you want to say to finish up?
I just want to say, I actually told Jerry this morning that, we're very grateful for him creating such a place that we can all come to get an experience of healing and recovery. So
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Ta, is there any last thing you'd like to share, or something on your heart?
I want to encourage every woman, every male who's going through something, that there is help out here. I forgave. I discovered who I am. I let go of the baggage. I got healed. I got a spiritual surgery. Mama, I prayed and asked her to heal my heart at all costs. I had a spiritual heart. Mine wasn't a transplant. Mine was just open up, pull out. That anger, that resentment, that no voice pulled all the gunk out of me. And my last request was, I've never felt the love of a mother. And that answer came so fast. I was held. I was cradled. I now know what divine love feels like. Who would have thought? Born in Africa, would get to learn this in Costa Rica at the age of 47 with 3 kids, and I'm a mother.
Wow.
I felt that here. I believe I'm healed.
And so it is.
I've been sleeping in rythmia. I don't sleep without sleeping pills.
Oh,
I haven't slept without sleeping pills in 12 years.
Wow. And get ready to watch your hair come back.
Oh, yeah.
She said, "Oh yeah, I'm ready."
Show
Okay, if it happens for you, maybe it'll happen for me. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
God bless
God
you.
bless you and everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I agree, it's the whole
Grateful.
package, right? It's
Mhm,
all,
it
and it
is.
is from the groundkeepers to the
Mhm.
cooks to the yoga people to the massage
The
therapists,
shaman,
the
the
shamans.
plant
Yes.
medicine,
Yes.
the moon, all of
It's
it.
all- it's
I don't
like-
want to leave anything out.
Amazing.
That's
All of
true.
it.
Every
And all
tree.
you guys watching.
Thank you all so
Thank
much.
you.
Someone says, I can relate to you so deeply, Sister I, regarding family secrets and
Wow.
feeling hyper-vigilant from not growing up in
Mhm.
one's biological parents. You are so vibrant and worthy, and you do belong. That was
I
from
belong.
Nemo, holding you in prayer.
Oh.
Amazing, Dorothy. So happy for you.
Oh,
Thank you
wow.
all so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Blessings, peace and blessings.